So that's how we landed on boot camp, though, because we felt like it was a dual relationship. It was a give and take of both us and the participants really working in tandem to get to this end goal.
Welcome to Purposeful Podcasting. I'm Wendy.
And I'm Crystal. This podcast is meant to share how we and other entrepreneurs bring together purpose and passion to leverage profit in our businesses.
We are shining a light on adventure-loving, purpose-driven, action-minded, authentic, and rebellious entrepreneurs.
Just like us.
So join us as we talk about business and life and everything in between. Hi there, and welcome to this week's episode of Purposeful Podcasting. Hi, I'm Wendy, and I'm here with
Crystal. I'm really excited to be here.
I know. I'm excited that you're here. I'm excited that I'm here. I think we're both just really excited. Today, we are talking about, actually, it comes from an email that we received from a potential client with regards to our recently released Purposeful Podcasting Boot Camp. This person had said, you know, the use of the word boot camp, she didn't like. I think it was a really interesting conversation that we wanted to share on a number of levels. One, to explain what the heck is a boot camp. Also, I think it has to do with how we learn and how we like to teach. So bottom line is a boot camp is not what our husbands necessarily went through when they joined the Army. And that is a boot camp. But the boot camp we're talking about is, by definition, to help people become much better at something in a short period of time. It's a business boot camp. It's not meant to make anyone do calisthenics or have someone, what was the movie? Someone yelling in your face. No.
Yeah. Could you imagine you and I yelling at somebody?
No, getting in someone's face. Oh my gosh. That sounds horrifying. Yes, maybe we leaned into boot camp as military spouses, but that was definitely not the intent of this particular program. And maybe I should stop talking for a minute, but I get really impassioned about this subject, especially related to how we learn.
Because when we were talking about launching this program, and really just when we were talking about launching any program, you and I had very strong feelings about the container. And when I say container, I mean the mode in which we were going to present the offer. We knew that we wanted to help women launch podcasts. We wanted to help women lean into their purpose and share their purpose and their passions with the world. Well, how do we do that? And there were a great number of ways, and we've done it through one-on-one coaching and our private coaching programs. How do you really put it out in a program in mass? So you have options, guys. We could have created an ebook. We could have created a course. And both of us are fairly anti the idea of courses right now because we are people who have bought courses and then don't complete the courses. And then we don't have good taste in our mouth at the end of it because the transformation, the thing we needed to do was not seen. We got nothing out of a course, partly because we didn't take the course. So there's a little bit of personal responsibility on my part, but also we didn't want that same result for somebody else. We didn't want to sell this just to make money. We wanted to sell this, again, to help more women launch their podcast. What are the things that hold them back? There is indecision. There is technical hangups. There are all these things that we wanted to address in this program. And so we really started kind of spitballing, okay, what do you name it then? What is it? Is it a workshop? Maybe. Is it a coaching program? No, because we're so hands-on with our students and with the participants in that. So that's how we landed on boot camp, though, because we felt like it was a dual relationship. It was a give and take of both us and the participants really working in tandem to get to this end goal. And we do have a fond affinity for boot camp because we are military spouses and we are super proud of our husbands that go through boot camp, but it is definitely not a yell and scream at you boot camp.
I think the focus is really on really accomplishing something in a short period of time. And I think, the word that may be comparable to military boot camp would be more intense than anything else. I'm very negative when it comes to courses per se, because I have purchased a trillion of them. And sometimes they come with some, hey, we'll get together once a month in the Facebook group or something like that. But there's really no accountability and there's no interaction. To me, in a lot of cases, it strikes me as being like one size fits all. And that is not really how people learn. As someone who had spent like 30 years in adult education, the concept of a workshop is actually like a weekend. It's a very short period, or the matter of like 2.5, 3 days of really hands-on work. And this is actually longer than that. Yeah. We could not cram all that into what we were trying to do into a long weekend kind of thing. I was really glad that this came up because it did give us an opportunity to really think and say, oh, what exactly did we mean? And yes, it will definitely be an addition to future sales pages. What exactly is a boot camp? Because I think it is a great question. It gives people an opportunity to say, well, how best do I learn? And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who are very motivated, who do courses and maybe love them, or do the year-long programs that it's teaching you one thing. It just takes a year to get there. And I've done that as well as I think Crystal has. And
I gave her a face. I gave her a face.
And that's not what this is as well. Sure, maybe we could drag it out, but I don't think that that's the point. Or we want people there has to be momentum. And again, I think the boot camp, the intensity, there's momentum. You're going to hit this one out of the ballpark in a short period of time. And then you can move on to something else.
Yeah, because what we did was we took a lot of the lessons we've learned in both, like Wendy said, buying the program and then also selling a program, because we've turned in a live program that we taught via a workshop and turned it into a course. And we felt like participants maybe didn't get the momentum or the feel out of it that we would have wanted them to. We wanted to learn from that and say, okay, how do we help people get the results that we are selling, the promised results that we're trying to achieve, which in this case is launch a successful podcast. In what mode of learning is that the most likely to happen? And that's where we created the Purposeful Podcasting Boot Camp. And we were really intentional about how it was structured, from the length of time that it took. It's not a year. It's also not a weekend, 12 weeks long. How did we intentionally set up the steps so that people would simultaneously have forward momentum, but not get so overwhelmed with so many things to do in a week that there are a lot of hangups? How do we add extra Q&A calls and tech support and lessons and learning to talk them through all the things that they need to successfully launch? And again, like Wendy said, that's where boot camp came, because it was just, again, this thing in tandem, working towards this common goal, because we are just as much in it with our participants as they are.
And that's actually the fun part of it.
Oh, it's so fun. It's so fun.
Does anyone have, I would love to hear, a particular method or platform for learning that is your favorite, makes you the happiest? Would love to hear from you. What do you think about a boot camp?
How do you best learn?
Yeah, exactly.
Let us know. And what do you think about a boot camp?
Yeah, what
do you think about a boot camp?
Yeah. Or, in my neck of the woods, the boot camps are all physical boot camp, but that's sort of like someone yelling at you to do more push-ups.
Ooh, not interested. Hard pass.
No, not my.
I'm more of a stripes kind of boot camp and less of a major pain kind of boot camp.
Yeah. Okay. And that's another question. Who here has seen Stripes with Bill Murray? And I cannot remember the name of the
Did
other.
I just age myself maybe a little?
Well, I'm even older than you because I actually saw Stripes in the theater, like when it was.
I did not.
And if
Ten
given,
ho, and on that note,
yeah, I was going to say, and given the chance, I could actually sing the song that they marched to, and I will not do that right now. So we're just going to end this episode with thanks for listening, and we'll see you again next week.
And for more information on the boot camp, check out the link in the show notes. Bye.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to subscribe and leave us a rating.
But only if you liked it. Otherwise, just keep it to yourself.
You can learn more about Purposeful Podcasting on our website at serendipitousrebel.com.
And if you have topics you'd like to hear about, be sure to submit them on our website or DM us on social media.